Welcome, American Jiu-Jitsu family. Today we are doing blue belt. Okay, blue belt deals with the same thing we've been dealing with red and red-black. It deals with arm bars, but now the arm bars are coming from a punch. It also deals with some submission techniques that are very controlled submission techniques that deals with dealing with the fingers and again dealing with the arm bars. As you might start to notice, the system is a progressive system. So we started teaching you some arm bars at red belt and red black, and then you're going to see a similarity with the high punches because they're the same type of techniques. These techniques are posted every day on our Facebook group page, American Jiu-Jitsu LI on Facebook, the full version. On Instagram, you just get a little teaser because we're only allowed to put up about 1 minute. But also you can go to American Jiu-Jitsu LI on YouTube. Please subscribe and like us, and you'll see the full library of all these videotapes. Okay, so we have Shihan, Kathy, and Billy here again practicing social distancing. We both are quarantined from each other. We live on each other, live apart, and you know, we want to practice the safety of what we are telling everybody to do. The reason why we're making these videos is because we want you to stay home, but we want you to continue to work. All right, and we're going to give you enough data to do that. In addition, we have Zoom classes, which I'll talk about at the end of this tape. So the first technique is from a high punch, and it's called the kotakatami. So we're going to go back to that basic block. We're going to hit with a palm low across the arm, which is going to, or the belly, diaphragm in specific, which is going to cause the person's arms to extend out. You can't ask questions on a video. You only can ask questions if you come down to the dojo. So if the person bends the arm this way, if the person bends the arm this way, we have the answers for you. We're just not going to give it to you now. Because like I said, we like to give it to you in small pieces. The video is a wonderful training tool for now because that's our new normal. But as soon as the studio opens up, you come down, ask the questions, and every one of your questions will get answered. So the first one is a high punch into kotakatami. So the high punch is thrown, palm low is delivered, comes over the top, stretches her out, two direction by pushing the palm to her, and the back turns. Let's do that one more time from the opposite side. So high punch, palm low, from here turn to the camera so they can see, and there you go. There's your kotakatami, arm extended, arm bar. Second technique from a high punch is what we call a hijidori. Now we did that before with that figure 4 arm bar, but now it's going to be a block, a temi, and we're going to go into that hijidori technique that we did before. So it throws a high punch, a temi comes over the top from here, and there's the hijidori. Kind of show that right there. So the arm is being used as the leverage or the fulcrum, and then the second arm is going in the second direction. Again, these are techniques that you should be somewhat familiar if you're doing this and learning the tapes in a progressive manner. Next technique is from a high wedge attack is a hijikimai. That's the one where we go over, that's the one where we come underneath it because the person might be taller. So as she throws a high wedge at us from here, she temis to the face, circles the hand around, comes underneath, and puts that wedge on, or that arm bar on, into what they call a hijikimai. The next one is straight punch. He's going to parry fan this technique. He's going to parry fan, and he's going to go over the top again with the armpit and put the armpit on the back of the elbow. All right, so parry fan, boom, comes over the top, and there's your technique, okay? Perfect. You want to do it one more time from the other side? That'd be great. Okay, so he parry fans it, turn it all the way to the camera, so you end up this way. From here, boom. Obviously, he's making that circular because he could actually do that if he needs to, but also because the camera's here, we want to make sure that you get a good view of what it is that we're demonstrating. The next technique introduces what we call a scissor punch. We're going to do that same block. Oh, excuse me, let's back up. All right, we're going to do the same thing from a straight punch, but now we're going to demonstrate that ability to go to one side or the other, or to the front or to the rear, or what we call half turn and full turn. So he's going to demonstrate the first one as a half turn. He's going to parry fan it. He's going to come up. That's the way he's going. And from here, whatever leg is forward is the next leg to go back. From here, perfect. Now, if he took the second technique and did the full turn, it's because there's an obstruction or another person. So he goes to make that half turn, realizes, nope, not going that way, goes all the way around and brings the person down, and there's your arm bar submission. Again, we're going through a little faster with these techniques because, again, if you're learning the techniques or watching these videos in a progressive way, you have seen these before, and I have given a little bit more of an explanation on the previous tapes, okay? Next technique is now what we call that scissor punch. So you could cause serious damage with the scissor punch, but let's keep it minimal on the videotape. All right, we're going to parry, and then we're going to take our hands and drive both of these hands to both sides of the body. So it could be to the front of the body and the back of the body, which cause a problem inside the body. All right, Once we do that, we're going to go back to a technique that we learned at red black, this haragatame, and we're going to be able to use the person as a shield and put this armbar back on him. So he parries the technique, strikes with the right, comes behind the person, right up to the hand, and boom, there's your haragatame. Let's see that one more time from the other side. Bang, strikes, gets behind her, and there's your technique. Real simple, real sharp, real effective. The next technique is called the urigatame. It's when we put that arm over the shoulder. So she's gonna throw a low punch, he's gonna tell me high, come underneath, and from here, bang, literally could snap that arm with stepping back. All right, let's see that one more time, the opposite side, that'll be great. So block, atemi, come under, and boom, snap that arm. Could be a nasty, nasty technique if done on the street. These next techniques we put on because everything has an attachment. A person, you know, we try to look at the environment and what people do. Over the 50 years of my life, I've worked security, I've worked bouncing, I've worked every kind of job that has to deal with submitting or controlling a situation. So the list has been built from either personal situations that have occurred. For many years, I was one of the top promoters in New York for kickboxing shows, and we had a lot of different situations happen there too. And you know, at that kind of crowd, everybody's a fighter, everybody's a trained fighter. I was a trained fighter for many, many years. So we actually got to implement a lot of these techniques in those crowded situations, but we didn't have to really severely hurt anybody because we know how to control a person. So that's when we start to introduce some submission and control. So does that person kind of get in your face, sticking that finger in your face? First, we're just going to show that, and then we're going to show you why we do it the way we do it. So the person comes up, puts that finger in your face, from here, moves it aside, and from here. Now, kind of like you know, like somebody stick like a twig on a tree. If you get this and you just bend it in a direction it's not going to go, you're going to do some severe damage. I have had my fingers snapped, and you want to almost get sick to your stomach when that happens to you. I know I did. So the point being is that you're not looking to kill the person, you're looking to submit or subdue or to take that. But there's certain principles with this simple technique that you must understand. The first thing is that if you notice, I'm going to let Sensei Kathy and Billy demonstrate again, but he pushes the finger away from his face, and I'll tell you why in a second. And then, like a jelly jar, he takes his hand, comes up underneath, and he can snap it just like so. They call it a jelly jar movement. That technique, that concept, that name was taught to me by the great master and late Wally J. Snap it like a jelly jar. So from here, we parry, we grab that hand, it comes up underneath and snaps it. Or if you want to just submit the person, put them down to the ground, you could do that. But here's why it's so important to move the finger away from your face. Can you please grab that gun? Because everything in jiu-jitsu is tied in with something else. Okay, so it's just the finger in your face, but eventually we have an amazing array of gun techniques. All right, from basic to long white rifle. But we start to condition you, even before it's a gun, with a point to the finger, because that could be a gun, right? All right, so from here, as he puts a gun, you'll notice the first thing he's going to do is take that gun alignment or that projectile off the line of attack. Now, I know somebody's going to watch the video and say, what if he shoots you in the head and you're not able to do that? Then you're dead. Then you're dead. Learning jiu-jitsu, learning American jiu-jitsu, learning combative jiu-jitsu does not make you have a big S across your chest. It gives you a better chance. Right now, your better chance in surviving is stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. That's your better chance. In this situation, if you know nothing, you're definitely going to die. But if you know something, you have a better chance. And that's what we're all about. So we're not making claims that we teach you to catch bullets in our teeth. We're making claims that we're going to give you a better chance. And I promise you, when you train in the martial arts, you're going to have that better chance. You're going to learn. I promise you, when this whole event is over, you're going to have a better chance. If it ever happens, God forbid again, should have said God, but whoever you believe in, we're going to be better prepared. We're going to have a better chance. That's what this is all about. It's about learning new things, and that's what American Jiu-Jitsu is about. It's about learning new things. So, going